In this video, I'm going to show you how to create Azure Container Instance. Azure Container Instance, also known as ACI, is a serverless containerization service in Azure, and it allows you to run containerized applications without the need to manage and worry about the underlying infrastructure. That is, you don't need to run virtual machines for your containers. Azure Container Instance is ideal when you're looking to run individual containers or small containerized applications without the overhead of managing virtual machines. And one cool thing about it is that the deployment process is really fast. ACI is going to allow you get a container up and running in seconds. Creating a container in Azure Container Service is a very easy task to do. Let's see how to provision one. All right, I'm in my Azure portal now, so I'm going to search for container instance in my search box. I'll click on container instances. Let's click on create from here. So I'll choose a valid subscription. Choose a resource group if you have one. If not, you can create a new resource group. How about I call this new? So I'm going to give my container a name. How about we call this my container instance 1. Feel free to put it in a region closest to you. For availability zone, I'm going to choose none. Next, I need to select my image source. You can choose between Quick Start Image or Azure Container Registry. Azure Container Registry, by the way, allows you to store and manage your private container images securely. It's the location from which you can pull container images into the registry. Alternatively, you can also pull your images from other public registries such as Docker.org. For this demo, we're going to stay with Quick Start Images. And the container that we want to create here is the simple Hello World container. So we'll go with that image. Notice you're able to change the size of your container. The default is 1 virtual CPU and 1.5 gig of random access memory. So you do have the option to change the size, but the size is more than enough for what we're trying to do. So we'll leave it as it is. And next is networking. We're going to need a public IP address to access our container. Although there are instances where you might want to go with private address, but let's go with public here and also give it a fully qualified domain name. How about we call this Kazeem Container 01. And we're good with the TCP port 80. I'll click next. Under the Advanced tab here, we can see the Restart policy. The Restart policy is a configuration option that defines the behavior of the container instance when it crashes or when it exits. So it determines what happens to the container, whether it's going to automatically restart or not. So I'll go with the default here, which is on failure, and click next. As with any other resource that you create on Azure, you can also tag your container. I'm not interested in tagging this container now, so I'm just going to go ahead and review. And if everything looks good, let's go ahead and create this container instance. All right, this container instance has been created. You might want to check how long it took to create this container. I'm going to expand deployment details here and click on operations details. And as you can see here, it took just 47 seconds to spin up this container instance. How cool is this? All right, so let's click on go to resource. And for us to access this container from the overview blade, we can come right here to FQDN, copy the FQDN, and let's open a new tab and paste it in my new tab here. And there you have it. You can see how easy it is to spin up a container instance. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next lesson.